that by far and large, Bayern are getting through this season quite well so far, in part certainly due to the fact that, and I think we've got Alphonso Davies there, down there, running with the ball. In part certainly due to the fact that, again, you've got guys like these here, Jerome Boateng, David Alaba, the key players who've been here for a long time who are performing on an outstanding level. And then the new signings like Douglas Costa at the front here, Leroy Sané, are just adding to those squad numbers. And Bayern, again, like Bouna Sarr, like Douglas Costa, like Marc Roca, who might have another opportunity to play tomorrow. These guys are just fantastic, for now at least, squad players. Who knows what they might evolve into, given time, given practice, giving a better or longer chance to integrate here in Munich. But for now, you've got these guys who can come on, who can really give the coaches the opportunity to rest some of the players. Manuel Neuer doesn't need much of a rest, although he was rested, of course, last week against Atletico Madrid. Him, Goretzka and Lewandowski didn't even fly to Spain last week. And of course, that's a fantastic situation for the Bayern coach Hansi Flick to be in, winning the first 4 Champions League games of the season, and at the same time, of course, experiencing the other teams in the group struggling, gave Bayern and Hansi Flick basically 2 free passes with those 2 remaining Champions League games, and Hansi Flick and his coaches would be fools not to use that effectively, and they did so, and even, like I say, managed to get a 1-1 in Madrid. Certainly not a bad result there at all. Still trying to see if I was hallucinating or if that was actually Alphonso Davies down there, but I think we have him, yeah, right here in the middle of your screen now, behind Lewandowski and in front of Jerome Boateng is Alphonso Davies. Let's see, I think Hansi Flick already mentioned last weekend that Davies could possibly come off the bench, but again, here the man in red, Holger Broich, is basically the head of the physical medical staff. He's going to be one of the advocates of taking it easy on these players and not overdoing it, of course. And Hansi Flick says it's so important to listen to the medics and the physics and the physical therapists this year, because, yeah, well, the role that they play is hugely important, always in the modern game anyway, but now in this season even more so. A couple of people you might have just seen at the top of your screen just now running laps. I'm not quite sure if that is Joshua Kimmich, but he has been running. He has been training individually quite a bit, and Hansi Flick said that he's so hot, he's so professional, he could probably, or he would probably, given the choice, he would play tomorrow. He would have probably been on the pitch on Saturday already, but Hansi Flick says we don't want to overdo it. And it's interesting to see again, the training sessions barely started, and Flick, although he does use the opportunity behind closed doors to talk to players, he comes out here, he talks to Boateng for quite a bit, he talks to Manuel Neuer quite a bit. There's a big interview with Hansi Flick and Jupp Heynckes in a German sports paper a couple days ago, and Jupp Heynckes was talking about and everyone has, of course, been talking about not the parallels necessarily between these two people, but the fact that Hansi Flick also has this empathy, this interest in players. He's empathic with players. He's interested. He has a great way of connecting with the players. He's a very, well, likable guy, I can say that, but I guess that's always up to the individual to decide. But he has a great rapport with the players. He's very involved, and therefore just a really, really good manager. And that is probably most important in this season where all the football coaches are complaining they can't really train football with the team. There are no tactical evolutions to witness this year. There's nothing progressing in that area. Of course, the players and the trainers and the teams always try to improve in certain areas, but you can see so many different clubs are struggling this year. Here we have him, Alphonso Davies, a little closer up here now in our screen, as always in a good mood, a really funny, open extroverted guy, despite his young age. Great character, really popular within the team right from the start. Really very likable. I remember when he came here, and I think the first thing he did, well, I remember we picked him up from the airport at Bayern Munich, took him around the facilities here, and he was just amazed and baffled and just enjoying every second of it. And then he told this great story is how he met Arjen Robben in the locker room and couldn't believe that he was all of a sudden standing next to Arjen Robben, and Robben actually knew who he was. That was the next shock for him. But now the football world, the entire football world, knows Alphonso Davies. I think he's one of the players whose market value exploded like none other, basically, from next to nothing last season to being one of the most, if not the most expensive left back in the world, quite literally. With his performances there for Bayern Munich last season, he shocked the world and probably shocked Lucas Hernandez to a certain degree as well. Lucas Hernandez, who's now more than Alphonso Davies, the left back. That's going to be an interesting situation. How that works out. Serge Gnabry and David Alaba trying to force each other's into false starts, I suppose. Holger Broich. When I talk about empathy and how the coaches are able to connect so well with this group of young players, this is, of course, all part of it. And that's so difficult in situations where you don't have fans, where you're playing constantly, where hanging out together forever, it seems, endlessly. And think about how long the last season was, the very, very short breaks in between seasons. Now you have a winter break, which is a week of holiday and then a week of training before the season recommences. So you're constantly on top of each other, constantly hanging out, seeing each other, and it's so important to obviously.
Well, I think I'm very clear.